Hello everybody, this is Trust and Lies here with a new tutorial for you for Minecraft Xbox 360. In this tutorial I'm going to be covering how to grow trees. You may think, that's stupid, I know how to grow trees. I'm going to show you how to control the growth of trees and some of the things you can do with trees. And also the limitations on growing trees. So let's get into it. I learned all this from working on the Forbidden Forest on my Minecraft Hogwarts. What we're going to start with is this 2 high block, and then we're going to go 1 high and then 3 high. And what this is going to do is it's going to force the lower level of leaves most of the time. Sometimes there's stupid trees that it doesn't work with. But it's going to force the lower level of leaves to hit a certain height. And if it's 2 blocks, it's going to be the lower leaves are normally going to be a minimum of 3 blocks high. This obviously it went to 4, but then once it's grown, all you have to do is take out the wool, and you have a nice big tree. With the 1 block, which is next, what we have is instant growth because it doesn't really have anything to calculate. But it's a lot lower, a lot smaller, because you're not forcing it to grow taller. And for this 3 high, if we grow it up, it's again a big tree. And now we have actually 4 blocks of height before we hit the wood, the branches, and the rest of the tree. Now we're going to hop into, I'm going to clear this out, and I'll skip through that so you guys don't have to watch. But then we're going to hop into the birch tree, and then we'll hit the spruce up. Alright guys, I got that side cleared out. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be working with birch. And we're going to learn something. We're going to start on the middle one. And you'll notice that it grows 1 click. Something you're going to notice with the other 2 is that no matter how many times I try and place the bone meal, it really doesn't grow. And the reason behind that is the birches and the spruce are really sensitive when it comes to stuff growing next to them. It's really hard to get 2 birch trees to go right next to each other, or right next to anything else. If you want to do that, what I recommend is using oak trees, just because it's easier. And I'll show you guys a little trick on growing trees right next to each other in a minute. And we're going to try this a few more times just to make sure nothing sprouts up. But while we're doing that, one thing I want to show you guys is that the difference, there's so many different types of oak trees, and every time you try and use the bone meal, it randomly picks one of those. Whereas with the birch trees, it grows straight up. There really is no variation. There's different heights, but there are not as many of them. Same thing with spruce. There's a lot less variations of the tree. And you notice trying to grow this birch right next to the other birch isn't happening. So what we're going to do is we're going to kick over to the spruce. And I can tell you right now that the 3 high is not going to work for the spruce because the spruce tree doesn't have a variation like that. The 1 high is your standard spruce. Get this pig out of the way real quick. The 2 high creates a taller spruce, but that's about the biggest you'll get using this method. You can get one a little taller, but it's really hard. And I did have somebody ask me one time if you can use 4. And you can go 4 high with the oak, but that's it. And that 4 high, it makes it a slightly bigger tree. But the nice thing about this is that you can control the height so that you can just walk under the trees. We'll come over here to the oaks. And what I want to show you guys is how this little area that I have lined out, I'm going to show you guys how to build underneath other trees or grow trees under other trees and how to grow trees right next to each other. This little area, you'll notice that there's a wood block immediately above it. So we're going to plant a sapling there. And the block immediately above it is a solid block, or not a leaf block. So we're going to break that out. And I didn't need to break that second one, but I did anyways. And once that block is broken out, we can grow the sapling. It may not be the biggest tree, but it'll grow because it's not being impeded. Trees will grow through leaf blocks, but they will not grow through wood or other solid blocks. And doing this, you get a pretty dense cover. You can make it completely thick if you want. Alright, that one, you have a block directly above it again. So sometimes they'll grow, like that one did, but sometimes you won't get a very big tree. Now normally the bigger trees, they have a block directly on all sides. This one didn't, which makes it nice, but this is how you grow trees right next to each other. So we go up, we look, we double check, and there was a solid block there. That could have prevented this tree from growing. We'll just keep tapping this, and now we're getting a solid line of trees, which can be really useful if you want to make a forest that has a boundary that people can't get through or see through. You can do this right on the edge of a map and it'll work. But this has been a quick tutorial on how to force trees to grow a certain way and how to just general tree growing. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like below. If you have not yet subscribed, please click that subscribe button right next to my name. And if there's anything else you would like me to either try and figure out, or if you think I've already figured out that you would like me to make a video on, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Also, any feedback is greatly appreciated. Again, this was Trees. I hope you enjoyed it. Trust and Lies, out.